A luminous light flooded the lawn. Hi, I'm Tracey Cockrell. I am the UMass Dartmouth CVPA New Directions Artist in Residence for 2020-21 academic year. We're here in the campus gallery at the CVPA building, where I have an exhibition on display called Desire Lines. Desire lines are those dirt paths that cross through a lawn where people get off of the sidewalk, they leave the constraints of what has been defined as the right path to go, and they go off in a way that is more interesting to them. And that's what I have done as an artist, kind of move between disciplines in a way, making my own desire lines. I grew up playing piano and clarinet in the marching band and the orchestra. As I got to college, the music that I wanted to make got more and more experimental. For the students here at CVPA, I wanted to be able to show them what it's like to be an artist growing through different ideas and having my work change and show me things that I didn't expect. When I was at a residency up in Eastport, Maine, I was hiking and going out on listening walks. I'd see the tide come in and go out in these extreme ways and expose things that typically would be underwater. I started exploring seaweed. I'd take it back into my studio and make sheets of paper. I found that kelp, along with fruits and vegetables, could act as lo-fi audio speakers. With those, I'm incorporating field recordings that I've made in places that relate to the kinds of materials that the speakers are built for. This is an example of a sheet of celery leaves, and I can cause the sheet to pulse and make sound, and it will play back the sound of where the celery was growing. What I'd like to show you are the series of poemophones. These are experimental musical instruments. They're built using typewriters that I have reformatted with handmade steel keys that I forged myself and tuning systems to replace the alphabet so that when you type, the act of typing actually produces sound using the sound structure of an African instrument called the mbira. The poemophones that are here were very specifically built and tuned to the aesthetic of collaborators that I invited to participate. I made the poemophone Cosmos specifically for a writer friend of mine. It has a particularly melancholy and kind of sour sound. One of the ways that we activate the poemophones in collaboration is to play them like a game of cards where we distribute enunciation exercises to the audience, asking the audience members to read them back to us, and then we perform them on the poemophones. Something sinister in his speech suggested stark staring madness. There are two conversations that I'm having with myself as an artist. One that is about the human communication and language, where language comes from, and how we use language. And the other is about listening to nature and thinking about how language itself comes from nature and nature has its own language as well. Being able to find the poetry or the specifics of a location is a really significant practice for me, and I think that's the most fascinating thing that I've been able to do. I'm hoping to be able to do a little bit of that here on campus and get students to come out and do that with me.